Hello everyone, hello Space Monkeys, hello BGNE fans. My name is Guillaume Brunier, I'm senior producer on BGNE 2 and I'm here with Émile Morel, associate creative director. We are going to show you in a few moments our E3 2018 demo for the first time. We're very excited to share this with you guys. Here with us are Audrey, our level design director. She's going to be playing the demo for us, and she's joined by Johan, our lead QC. He's going to also be playing the game with us. Just before we start, this is an early build. As I said, we're very excited to share it with you, but consider everything you see as a work in progress, of course. So this is our E3 2018 demo. This is the version in which we added a lot of contribution from the community, but we'll see that in a few moments. So press the button, guys. Okay, so as I was saying, at E3 this year, we announced with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, we announced a partnership with HitRECord where our fans and everybody around the world can contribute to assets, art assets, music assets on the game. And Émile, since you worked a lot on this.
We've been super happy with the result that we got from this collaboration, and we received a lot of assets, some graphical elements, some sound elements. And here you have a very good example of one of those elements that we integrated in this version of the demo. It's what we call the Moksha's Gate. It's actually a drawing that is been made by hybrids, who actually, for them, Moksha is very important. It's a legend, it's a myth, it's this mysterious gate floating in space, and they hope that one day they will be able to cross through that gate to maybe reach a safe haven. So hybrids who are considered, as slaves in this world actually dream about moksha, and they like to draw it on the walls, like you see on this image.
And
here.
so this image has been made by the community.
By the community, and yeah.
And we're going to see more of them.
More example of that in the demo. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so BGNE 2 is an online action-adventure RPG that you can play alone or with your friends in co-op. And by the way, you can join in, join out anytime during the adventure so that you team up with your friends. Here, the demo today is going to be 2 players. So Johan, who just joined, is playing a hybrid monkey character that he completely customized, choose at the beginning of the game. Right? You choose your character at the beginning of the game, like any RPG, and you customize it with a weapon, with gear, etc. And Audrey is playing this female character that she also customized, and she customized it so that she looks like Shani in the trailers.
Like Shani, exactly. Yeah.
So everyone is playing their own character. That's very important for us, right? You choose your character and you create your own character and your own path. Well, we can start progressing through this room. Maybe you can.
So to give a bit of context about where the characters are at this point. So we are on the planet Soma, which is one of the main planets in the game, and more specifically, we are in Ganesha City, the city that we saw in our first trailer. And our 2 characters here, I've heard about some hybrids trafficking, some weird experiments taking place in this old abandoned temple. So at this moment, they are exploring this temple to discover some mysteries, and they actually don't know what they are going to find in this temple.
We can easily imagine that they gathered information through their investigation, through their previous adventures, and they led to that place, but they don't exactly know what's going on.
To happen, exactly.
So before we continue, something that we want to point out is that what we want the players to live in BGNE 2 is the space pirate fantasy, right? We want you to live the life of a space pirate, and to make sure that we deliver this, we've defined what for us defines a space pirate. So
we can even say a space pirate captain, right?
Captain, you're right, exactly. Yeah. So for us, a space pirate captain has a gun, so he can shoot. He or she has a sword to fight, to close combat fighting, and a jetpack. So these are the basic abilities that you're going to be using with your characters. So really basic. on top of this,
on top of this, you can equip your Space Pirate Captain with what we call augments. Augments are kind of special abilities, special powers that you will collect as you play along the game, and you can equip those augments either on your gun, your sword, or even on your character. And you can combine them, to create kind of a specific deck. And these augments will really define the play style of your character.
And you can shoot at your teammates.
You can use those augments to annoy your teammates.
So there's friendly fire with
Exactly,
augments.
friendly fire with that. So yeah, really the augments will, like I was saying, will create your own play style and define how you progress in this adventure.
Okay guys, stop fooling around. We'll continue the demo. So in BGNE 2, although you play co-op seamlessly, you don't need to stick to your teammates all the time. So here we're following Johan in this little corridor of this temple, and Johan stumbles upon a room with some creepy stuff. And actually, when we come closer, we can see that these are hybrid monkeys parts, cut down to pieces. And what we like to say is that in this world of oppression, where citizens of the world are under a very strict control, then the pirates, they are rebelling against that established order, and they go about what they want to do, and they want freedom. Right? And what we like to say that if the player didn't escape his destiny as a hybrid slave, then maybe he would have ended up in these boxes and cut down into pieces. So that's to give a bit of context about the world we're living. So we're back on Audrey, who's playing the female character. Yeah,
and she's arriving in this kind of creepy room where we have those scientists making some weird experiments, and she's going to use another specific equipment of the Space Pirates in our game. It's of course the spyglass. The spyglass allows you to scan your environment, scan also enemies, characters. And here Audrey is scanning those creepy scientists, and she sees that they are also equipped with specific augments. It's very important to say that augments can also be equipped on enemies and can totally change the way they will fight against you.
One thing that's very key for us, and we need to repeat it again, it's enemies have the same abilities as the player.
Exactly. So depending on the augments that the enemies are equipped with, they will behave totally in different ways, and you have to adapt your the way you fight them according to what they're equipped with. So for instance, Audrey has been seeing that the scientists had some healing bullets, that they will be able to heal the other enemies, so it will be important to take them down first. So
before we get into it, something also we can emphasize here is the feeling of adventure that we want the game to carry. We've got some progression, we've got some mystery, we've got some weird stuff happening, and then we can start the fight.
Yeah, let's see how these guys handle the fight. So you can see in the fight that the augments take a very, very important role. For instance, you have those domes that will slow down the enemies, so they are very important if you want to have time to actually progress next to your enemies and hit them. So, like I was saying, it would be very important to take down the scientists first, because they have those healing bullets.
Oh, whoa, nice freeze.
Nice freeze augments.
3% freeze.
Exactly. So we want those combats to be, very, very dynamic, and again, the augments, the variety of augments, the number of augments that we'll have in the game will really give a lot of depth and diversity in those fights.
Yeah, in here we have just only a few samples.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the main messages we want to have with this is that the melee combat is back from
the first game. Yeah,
that's very important. So we will have some melee combat. That was going to be on top of this melee combat. We'll have the augments that will give deep feeling to the fight.
Yeah. So they did a great job.
Good job, guys.
Take down all those enemies, and now we can see that one of the hybrids that they were doing experiments on is still alive. So Johan is using the spyglass to scan this enemy. And with the spyglass, we see that this hybrid on the table is equipped is actually a mechanic. He has the skill of a mechanic, and this will be also a very, very important element of the game. You will be able to recruit crew members, because you're a Space Pirate Captain, so you will have, of course, a ship, even several ships, and you will have a crew. And it will be important to to gather the right crew members for your progressions. We're not saying too many things about this right now, but keep in mind that this is very important for the progression of the players in this game.
Yeah, I said earlier that as a pirate captain, you have a gun, a sword, and a jetpack. Then you have a ship and a crew as well. That's very important for us.
And we will see the ship actually in a few seconds.
Well, now we're going to go out of the of this small temple, and so just for the purpose of the demo, we placed conveniently these vehicles here. But the main thing is that whatever you see in the game, whatever vehicle you see, you can drive it, right? So now we're going to go out of the of this building, as I said, into the city. And this city is Ganesha City. So this is the city that we that you saw in the trailers, and it's now in game. It's a very good job from the team to have built this city in game. Here, as I said earlier, you don't need to stick to your partner when you play the game, whether you're in a small place or in the city. So Johan went do other business while we're following Audrey, who's gonna give us a tour of the city. So here down these walls, you've got some shanty towns with well, hybrids are living.
It's actually the lower part of the city is where the hybrids are living. Yeah.
Here you see some. On the left, on the left here.
Actually, we've been seeing a lot of graphical elements that were also coming from our partnership with HitRECord, created by our community. And this one is a huge, of course, a huge fresco, huge murals that has been made by a member of the community, and really it shows that our cities in the game are kind of a place for people to express themselves and put their own artworks. So you can expect a lot of places like that in the cities where huge artworks will be displayed, and artworks created by our community, which is really something unique.
One thing we want to convey as cities go is the mix between new technology, holograms, and old style monuments, such as this giant statue. Everywhere you see, whatever you see in the city, you can land on it. There's no hidden wall or whatever. The whole seamless aspect of the city. And we're going to drive through it a bit more. But it's very key for us. Being a space pirate, what you want to be is free, right? I want to be free. That's what space pirates want. Then, to convey this freedom feeling, we have this seamless navigation through the city, and we'll see beyond. Here, you can see the traffic in the city being dense with the spyglass. Audrey can scan every entity here. So here, a police station. You can see close to the police station that there are a police ship, a big frigate, many traffic vehicles that you can scan, that you can drive, you can steal. So this is a delivery spaceship. This is a temple, for example. We have some banks over here. So if you need some money, you can go and make some heist, for example, or just go and withdraw some money. Once you have the money, you can go and buy some new stuff, gear, augments, weapons in these shops.
It's important to say that a huge city like Ganesha City is, of course, full of opportunities for space pirates. You can choose to attack those places,
but you need to beware of the police. So Audrey is going to take another flying motorbike, and we're going to continue the tour of the city. So Audrey is going to drive through Main Street, Ganesha City. So in Ganesha City, we've got radio that's called Radio Cheetah, which is a pirate radio.
Actually, we have this radio in most of the world because it's the radio that the space pirates are listening to.
And what you're hearing right now has been created by the community.
Exactly. They've been creating jingles, stingers for this space pirate radio called Radio Cheetah, and they've also been created. Of course, they've been creating some specific songs, rock and roll songs, and songs that really embody this, rebellious aspect that we want to have among the pirates in the game.
So now we didn't do it in the first place, but let's take a moment to thank all the contributors for the work that you've done.
It's an amazing
really,
job.
Really good. Now we've reached this high bridge in Ganesha City. It's overlooking the giant Ganesha statue there. We're going to go up. Johan is here still. And we're going to take a moment now to walk you through the customization aspect of the ships.
I think it's important to say that basically you can customize all aspects of your experience as a space pirate captain. And one of those aspects is of course the ships that will be very, very important for your experience. So here Audrey is in the customization menu for the ship, and she's changing modules that will actually change, of course, the visual aspect of the game, of the ship, sorry, but also the way you pilot your ship, the statistics of your ship. So you can change the different modules, the wings, the cabin, the engine. Then of course the equipment, the weapons that you put on your ship. And then you have what we call the cosmetic, customization. So you can change the colors, the patterns on your ship, and of course you can also place a pirate logo on your ship.
Emblems.
An emblem, yeah, exactly. So that's what she's doing now. So now Audrey is happy with this ship, and we see it in the game. So
we can see
in
Johan
in the distance, Johan is actually having some trouble because he's been flying in the city and he got a bit too close from the famous Ganesha city. Most of the tourists, they actually come to witness to see this beautiful statue. And now the police arrived to actually prevent Johan to go too close from this statue.
Because we've got city rules,
there are
right?
rules, exactly.
And you cannot do anything you want. And if you break these rules, then the police is coming after you.
Exactly. So Johan is in a bit of trouble, and Audrey has arrived to help him take down all these police ship. And if you take a look around, you will also see that there is a big frigate, a bigger ship owned by the police, and this one is actually too big to be destroyed by the player because they are not equipped with the right equipment on their ships. So they have to take down those small ships and try to escape. What's really important also is that we've been talking about the augments. The ships will also be equipped with augments. For instance, you will be able to have some healing missiles to heal your partners in co-op. Exactly. So this will also give a lot of depth with those spaceship battles. And here we're seeing an example of a dogfight, of course, but you also have to imagine that you will have much more bigger, battles involving motherships. We will see a mothership later, and you have to imagine that you will be able to fight also with those motherships.
Can you guys go close to the big statue so that we can see just the size of it?
Yeah, it's huge.
Wow. Thank you
see
very
the detail
much.
on the statue.
Nice.
It's amazing. Yeah.
So now that this fight against the police is come to an end, they are not going to attack the big frigate because they don't have the skill set yet.
Destroy it yet. Yeah.
So what we're going to do is earlier in the gameplay, Audrey parked her mothership, which is a ship much bigger than this one, a few thousand kilometers away from where we are. So we're going to go there, and don't worry, it's going to take no time because we are at very, very big speeds. Whoops, nice. So we're going to fly over Ganesha City. So that's the streets where we were just in before, and they are still here bustling with life as we depart. Here we're going to go up the atmosphere in the direction of Audrey's ship, and here that's the moment that's very important for me, and I like to do it. I want to remind everybody watching that a few minutes ago, maybe 10 minutes ago, we were inside a small temple fighting some weird scientists and in close quarter combat. Then we hopped on a motorbike, flew through the city, through the traffic, had a fight with the police of the city over the Ganesha statue, and now we are a few thousand kilometers away, like this, in no time. And that seamless transition between different scales is what makes BGNE so special. On top of these scales, we've got systems that are crossing each other, right? We've got the police, we've got the ship system, we've got everything that's coming together in the same shard of gameplay. That's really what we want to point out, and that's what we think BGNE 2 is going to be very special to play.
And things are still running in real time. It's important to say that, like you were saying, the city is still active.
Exactly.
And everything is still running.
And the planet below is there. We can go anywhere on the planet. We can even go to other planets. So here, Audrey is going to get out of the spaceship. On the character, you see a small shield effect. That's very work in progress. It's going to be better looking, sir. But for the consistency of the world, we wanted to make sure that you can get out of your spaceship without dying from the lack of air. So there's some kind of nano suit or something like this to allow you to be outside of your ship, even if there's no air to breathe.
And on the planet, we can see another good example of actually creations from our community via HitRECord. These creations are mysterious geoglyph. So this is a monkey, of course, and those geoglyphs will be actually, some of them actually will be some hints for some treasures, hidden on the planet. So you will be seeing those geoglyphs as you fly in space, on the planet, and you will have to go closer to the ground to actually find where a treasure could be hidden near those mysterious geoglyphs.
These kind of elements are really critical for us because, as I said earlier, BGNE 2 is all about the different scales, and we need players, gamers to be attracted by elements at different scales. So here you're flying through the universe with your spaceship. At the scale of the city, at the scale of the planet, you will be attracted by this giant stuff, and you will be attracted to go and to see what's at the tip of the tail, and maybe you'll find a dungeon, or maybe you'll find a village, or whatever. Audrey, if you want to look down at Ganesha City with your spyglass, so here we can have the information is Ganesha City.
Yeah, we can even see the statue. It's very small, but it's still there.
It's here. The big Ganesha statue is here. So it's still rendered by the engine, Voyager engine, the engine that we're making for this game. Look, it's still here, and Johan could be in the city as we look down at it from this distance. There are other cities that you can have information on, and if we, that's fine. Oh, thank you, Audrey. So now it's what we want to show here is our universe map.
Universe map,
right?
exactly.
Universe map. So the specificity is that this is not a 2D image. This is the 3D rendering of the planet. So what we're showing here is actually the same geoglyph that we showed in the first place. You can see Ganesha City. You can see we've added for your convenience a lot of icons to show you where you've been, icons to show you where you haven't been. If we zoom back, we see that Ganesha City is actually at the tip of a continent that is looking like India. If we go on the other side of the planet, yes, thank you, Audrey. We see that this part of the planet is much less, it's much more hostile. And if you want to give some,
it's actually it comes from the very specific ecosystem that we have on Soma. Soma is actually a moon rotating around a gas giant, and one side of the planet, the side where Ganesha City is always turned toward this gas giant, so protected by this huge planet. And this side here is always turned toward space, so it's frequently bombarded with huge meteorite showers, breaking the ground of the planet and creating these huge craters, basically.
So if you want to zoom back, Audrey, again, here we have the planet scale, so we can still see we are in the universe map. We can zoom back again. So this is the Deus subsystem scale. You can see Deus, the big gas giant, Soma, the planet where we were, and Chandra, who is another location for us. And we can zoom back again, and that's System 3, and the different locations that we have in System 3.
And of course, at the center of System 3, there is a sun, an equivalent of the sun, and this is what creates our day and night cycle in the game.
You're right.
We haven't specifically created this day and night cycle. It's just the fact that planets are rotating in real time around the sun that creates our day and night cycle in the game.
If you want to come back to the player's view, thank you, in no time. Thank you very much. Now, Johan is still around, I think. Yes, he is. We can see him. And as I said in the first place in the demo, you don't need to stick together at the very small. You play co-op, right? You don't need to stick together in a dungeon. You don't need to stick in a city, but you don't even need to stick together in the universe. So you're still in the same game universe, but you can go away from your partners and join back again when you need to. So here, Johan has started to leave the atmosphere of Soma, and as you saw, as soon as Johan left the atmosphere, the fire and flame effect on the
air friction.
The air friction is not there anymore. So now the speeds that Johan can reach are really limitless, actually.
Exactly.
So that's what we wanted to share with you today. It was really a pleasure to comment this demo. Stay tuned for more. I'm going to want to wrap things up, saying that what we are trying to do with BGNE2, as we said, we want you to live the fantasy of a space pirate, your space pirate, your own space pirate. We want this to be a completely seamless experience where you can go wherever you want, whenever you want, and to play with all the systems that we have implemented in the game. And in the end, we want to make Ubisoft their own space opera. That's what drives us. Yeah. So stay tuned for more. We hope you enjoyed the demo. Thanks, the demoist. Thank you very much, and see you soon.
Thank you.